Hey folks, this is Kerry. This is my response to this email that I got. They're having some kind of meeting. Um, the email is titled DPR Park Rangers Invitation to Information Meeting. It's August 11th at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Doesn't have a location. I guess it's only virtual. So they're asking for questions ahead of the meeting. And so I don't understand what spurred the meeting, so I don't know what they're wanting to talk about, but here is my response. It's in September of 2020, new rules were made concerning recreational stops for commercial activities and tour companies. Those new rules made it not even worth the stacks of paper I would have to submit each month to get a permit. I used to get the permit every month starting around 2014. I would provide proof of commercial insurance, my business license, my PUC permit, plus all of the info for each of my tour vans. And then that one permit would allow my tour company to stop for up to 90 minutes at any beach park, unless it was on the list of places that were not allowed, like places that were Hawaiian homestead lands or beaches that had been banned by city council, like the beaches in Kailua. The new rules that were made in 2020 divided the island into 5 districts, one of which doesn't even have a beach park. And then the permit would only allow one specific van from our company to go to the beach parks in only one specific district. I could also get a permit for another one of our vans to go to a different district, and so on for the 4 districts. So I could have up to 4 permits for my vans to be spread out across 4 different districts for their up to 90-minute commercial stop. This was crazy. How do you tell a customer that because you are in this van, you can only go to the beaches on the west side? Or if you're in this van, you can only go to the beaches near Honolulu. Or if you're in this van, you can only go to the beaches on the east side or the north shore. However, practically every beach that you would want to go to on the east or north shores have been banned by the city council. In those rules, only 5 permits could be issued per district. So with 4 districts, that's a total of 20 permits for only 20 specific tour vans to do a commercial stop in 4 different districts around the island. Also, there was a capacity limit for the tour vans for these permits, and that was up to 15 passengers. So I would get the permit for one of my vans to be able to stop at Kokololio Beach Park in Hauula in District 4, which runs from Makapu'u Point all the way to Ke'ena Point on the North Shore. I would apply for this permit monthly. But in December of 2022, City Council passed a bill banning tour companies from Kokololio Beach Park as well. In written testimony, someone who lives across the street from the park submitted a YouTube video, and then I provided the link for the YouTube video, that showed Nui tours with 5 25-passenger buses in the parking lot at the same time on a Sunday, plus a 60-passenger bus from Royal Star and 15-passenger buses from other tour companies. At the time, even if you had a permit, it limited you to 1 van per company with a max capacity of 15 passengers. So, it seems that instead of punishing these companies for breaking the rules, City Council just banned all tour companies from this beach. In my 12 years of obtaining these permits, not once has someone asked to see my permit when I stop at a beach. There is nobody there to even ask me. There's not a park ranger or any kind of official to enforce these rules or check for permits. Now we are banned from stopping, even for 1 minute, at all of the beaches from Makapu'u through Kailua to Castle Point, and all of the beaches on the North Shore from Sunset Beach through Haleiwa to Kaiaka Point, including Ali'i Beach Park, Pua'ena Point, Waimea Bay, 3 Tables, and Sharks Cove, Pipeline, Sunset Beach, Waiale'e, and now also Kokololio. By the way, tour companies are also banned from all state parks, including Kahana Bay, Malae Kahana, Kaena Point, and Pu'u'ualaka'a, which is Tantalus Lookout, as well as Ho'omaluhia Botanical Garden and Coco Crater Botanical Garden. Now, with the tourists finding out that the tour companies can't even take them to the beaches and parks that they would like to go to, they are going on their own in individual rental cars with only 2 to 4 people per car, instead of 7, 15, 25, or 60 passenger tour vehicles. They are adding to the traffic, taking up more parking spaces at the beaches, and going to places without a guide to tell them anything about Hawaii's history or culture, or tell them what not to do, or to keep them safe. Tour companies usually have an itinerary that they're trying to stick to, which on Oahu is usually the 120-mile Circle Island tour, and they're trying to do it in 8 hours. So they don't stay in any one place for very long. The tourists, however, are going to pack a lunch, lay out a towel, and stay for hours. Recently, a man and woman had to be rescued from drowning at 3 tables on the North Shore. The woman lived, but the man died. There is no lifeguard at that beach, and since tour companies are not allowed to go there, there was no tour guide to keep them safe. I happened to be nearby sitting in my car while waiting on my customers that were at Waimea Falls, and I saw the CPR and ambulance come. This is the second time that I have watched someone die on the beach. The other time was at Turtle Bay. Can the city and county of Honolulu find a way to allow the tour guides back into some of the public beaches and parks and hold those who break the rules accountable instead of punishing them all? In the past 2 years, my tour company that provides private customizable tours has shrunk from 7 tour vans with 11 employees to 3 tour vans with 2 employees. A big reason is that more people are going on their own in rental cars or Turo cars once they find out that the tour companies can't even take them where they want to go. As I said at the City Council meeting for Bill 19, 2023, a lot of our customers are either elderly and don't feel comfortable renting a strange vehicle and driving in a strange place, or they're from another country that drives on the other side of the road, like Australia or Japan. So again, they don't feel comfortable driving in Hawaii. Or they have small children and don't want to be disruptive on a coach tour. These beach parks that tour companies are banned from are open for any other tourists that want to go there on their own in a rental car. But people who choose to go with a tour guide are being discriminated against for being with a guide. I think that it should almost be mandatory that when tourists venture outside of Waikiki to go to the beach or go hiking, etc., that it should almost be required that they have a guide with them. Then they'll know not to get too close to the turtles or not to throw rocks at the monk seals. Imagine how many jobs that would create in Hawaii. Here is a history of all of the laws that have been passed against tour companies since 2011. And I provided a link to my webpage where I've documented this. And it's corkcsj.com/laws.txt. So QUARKCSJ.com/LAWS.txt. I probably won't be here to see this come to fruition. I'm about to give up. I just turned 60 and plan to leave Hawaii in the next 2 years. I've lived here for almost 27 years, 7 years in the military, and almost 20 years since I moved back when I retired from the military. I started my tour company on January 1st, 2012, after attending Kapilani Community College, where I also took Host 168 from Palakiko and got my certificate and pin to be a state certified tour guide in Hawaii. But in 2 years, when I turn 62, I'm moving back to Texas. I already have my business license for the tour company that I'm starting there.